Yes, Kenya. Tamu sana, yes. Politics is getting more lively and more interesting each passing day. So in this video, I want us to have a look at a post by Moses Kuria. For the post is going to form the basis of our analysis and discussion right now. Before we do that, in case you are watching us for the very first time, subscribe, give this video a like. Yes. Some few hours ago, Moses Kuria, taking his social media accounts, had this to say. Moses Kuria, shida ya watu wengine ni kujaribu kuiba mahindi kwa store na kumbe ilikuwa imehesabiwa kwa shamba. Give it up. It's over. That's Moses Kuria some few hours ago. And that post, I believe, is a coded message to William Ruto and to Raila Odinga. So in this video, I want us to understand what that post means politically. Yes. The first meaning to that, which I'm going to explain in details, Moses Kuria is alleging that Raila Odinga might be planning to rig this election. Yes, the presidential election. That's one thing Moses Kuria might be trying to insinuate. The second thing I'm seeing here, Moses Kuria is sending a coded message to William Ruto to give it up. He should not attempt to rig this year's election. Those are the two coded messages I'm seeing from that post. And Moses Kuria has made that post deliberately that way for it to send a coded message. Because if at all he wanted to attack Raila directly or William Ruto directly, he could have done that from the post. Because Moses Kuria is a well-known loose talker. But the mere fact that he's leaving it coded, or rather he's leaving it that open, there is a mission he wants to achieve. There is a message he is clearly trying to pass. Let's start with the first message. Moses Kuria is talking about Form 34A. And he's just alleging that some people are trying to manipulate those forms. Yesterday, some returning officers were found in Starehe constituency with marked ballot papers, thousands of marked ballot papers. In fact, it's the likes of Junet Mohammed, Edwin Sifuna, who caught those IEBC officials red-handed with those marked ballot papers. And it's very clear they intended to mark them on behalf, or rather in favor, of William Samoei Ruto. Because if they intended to mark them in favor of Raila Odinga, the likes of Junet Mohammed, Edwin Sifuna could have gone silent on that. They could not have exposed those IBC officials. So yesterday's event is a clear manifestation that William Ruto and his team are desperately trying to manipulate or trying to doctor or trying to rig this year's election. And they were intending on using those extra forms that were found with those IBC officials. And then today again, we also saw Gladys Shollei trying to access Bomas of Kenya. Yes, with some unverified documents that was established as a laptop. In the first place, Gladys Shollei never actually declared that laptop when he was entering Bomas of Kenya. And from the rules that were given, any document entering Bomas of Kenya has to be verified. Gladys Shollei was trying to sneak in that document, or rather that laptop. An indication that Gladys Shollei was up to some ill motives. She was just exposed, and that ill motive was just thwarted. And we can just assume and claim accurately that her intention was maybe to go rig or to do some activities that could help in rigging maybe this year's election. And I'm saying that because this is not the first time we are seeing rigging taking place in Kenya. It's possible they might have planned on using that laptop to cause some rigging at Bomas of Kenya. So it's clear that William Ruto's team are coming out as disparate people who already they know they have lost the election. And I'm saying that they have lost the election because if you look at the way Kenyans voted, Raila Odinga got a very good, or rather got a chunk of the mountain vote, something Raila never had in 2017. And then at the same time, turnout on the mountain was below 50%. That's a fact. That's what we saw. Turnout on the mountain was way too low. In fact, turnout on the mountain was the lowest in the whole country. So the mere fact that the turnout was low on the mountain, that technically sealed William Ruto's fate of winning this year's presidential election. And from the way William Ruto's foot soldiers have been behaving, we've seen the likes of Dennis Itumbi, Millicent Omanga, Ndindi Nyoro. They have all been giving conflicting presidential results, an indication that they have lost the election. They are just trying to cook figures, and that's why they are all giving conflicting figures. On the side of Raila Odinga, we have only seen them giving one figure, which is very consistent. Edwin Sifuna gave the form, and then he gave the form again a day later, after updating it with some new results from other polling stations. They are not factored in. On the side of William Ruto, they are giving conflicting figures. So it's clear William Ruto has, since he has lost the election, he is trying to rig. Moses Kuria is telling William Ruto the game is over. He can't rig. That's what I'm seeing here. And also ODM's Director of Communication, Philip Etale, also insinuated something like that they have verified the forms from 34 A's and even B's. And it's clear Raila is leading. And when I talk about Raila leading, just look at the way Kenyans have voted. Raila has maintained his strongholds, and he has raided into William Ruto's stronghold of the mountain. And then if you leave alone that, numbers of elected leaders, if you look at the numbers of elected leaders, I don't know whether you can see this Daily Nation of today. If you look at numbers of elected leaders, members of parliament alone, yeah, the results are still being declared, but out of the ones that have been declared, Azimio One Kenya party has 133 MPs. Kenya Kwanza has 119. So already, Azimio has beaten William Ruto, or rather Kenya Kwanza, in terms of numbers. And even the ones that are remaining, 87 seats, a good majority of them are coming from Raila Amolo Odinga's strongholds. So Raila is just going to widen his lead over William Ruto in terms of elected leaders. And even in terms of votes, Raila has won everywhere in the country, save for Rift Valley and on the mountain. So it's clear, and it is true, Raila has won this election. William Ruto is panicking and intending on rigging the election. The second coded message, Moses Kuria is, because they have lost the election, he is panicking. And he is panicking, so he thinks that Raila Odinga intends on rigging the election. That's also something I'm seeing here. Moses Kuria, because they know they've lost, any move by the Azimio team, they become suspicious of that move because they think the Azimio team are out to rig the election. And that also just confirms that indeed Moses Kuria and his team, they are not as powerful as maybe Kenyans think. They are vulnerable. They are vulnerable. That's also something I'm seeing here, ladies and gentlemen. Let me stop it there. In case you are watching us for the very first time, but so far you have not yet subscribed, subscribe, give this video a like. And to any other person watching us for the very first time, that's the kind of analysis we do here. We don't beat about the bush. We go straight on to the point. We call it as it is, without fear or favor. In case you have not yet subscribed, kindly subscribe, give this video a like. Thank you. God bless you. God bless Kenya.